Hey everyone, and today I'll be walking you through how to stay connected while traveling without paying crazy roaming fees or scrambling to find a SIM card the moment you land. These days, having reliable mobile data isn't just convenient, it's essential. Whether you're booking a ride, checking into a hotel, or just pulling up directions on Google Maps, it has to work right away. That's exactly where eSIMs come in. They let you set up mobile data directly on your phone. No physical SIM, just install, activate, and go. And in this video, I'll show you how that works with Saily, which is one of the more flexible options right now, especially if you're traveling abroad and want something simple, affordable, and secure. Okay, so if you haven't heard or used an eSIM before, it's basically a digital SIM card built into your phone. There's no need to insert anything or swap a physical SIM card out. And when you're traveling, that small difference is a big help. I mean, think about it. You don't have to deal with taking out your physical SIM card, which whenever I did, I would always use my earring and I would end up breaking it or bending it. Search around for local vendors or pay roaming charges from your regular carrier. With Saily, you install the eSIM using their app, choose your country and data plan, and that's it. And once you land, it activates automatically. And if you're visiting more than one place, or even just want the peace of mind that your phone will work as soon as you arrive, this ends up being one of the easiest ways to stay online while you travel. And Saily is one of the easier options I've personally used, and it's also backed by Nord Security, which is the same team behind NordVPN. Now, when it comes to actually setting it up, it's super straightforward. Everything runs through the app. You choose your destination, pick the plan that fits your trip, and follow the in-app steps to install the eSIM on your phone. And that's it. I will say though, you do need an internet connection for the activation part, so the best thing to do is install the eSIM while you're still at home, so that way once you land, it connects automatically to the local network and you're good to go. On a past trip to Thailand, I forgot to activate it before leaving and couldn't get online at the airport. It worked once I had Wi-Fi, but ever since then, I have always set it up ahead of time. Alright, so that's all well and good, but how much does Saily actually cost? So Saily covers over 200 destinations, and if you're traveling out on a multi-country trip, they even have a global plan that works in over 100 places on a single setup, which really simplifies things. But pricing in general just depends on the destination and how much data you need, but overall it's very flexible, and many popular travel destinations like Japan, India, or Australia, plans start at just a few dollars, and in places like the Caribbean or parts of Africa, they cost a bit more, but they're still far less than what most carriers charge for international roaming. And if you're traveling within one region like Europe or Southeast Asia, you can also choose a regional plan that covers multiple countries at once. That way, you're not switching plans every time you cross a border. Also, everything is prepaid, so you're only paying for what you actually need. There is no contracts or automatic renewals, and no surprise charges. Now, their plans activate either when you land or automatically after 30 days if you haven't used it yet. And while top-ups do have to be purchased manually in the app, it takes just a couple of minutes and you're set. Now, I've personally used Saily on multiple trips, and it's been consistently reliable. Whether I was uploading photos to Instagram, streaming videos, or using Google Maps to navigate unfamiliar areas, the connection was fast and stable. The connection held up even in more remote areas where I didn't expect it to, which was very helpful as public Wi-Fi wasn't an option. And so knowing I could count on Saily made traveling so much easier. And the connection speeds are fast enough to handle just about anything. Saily says up to 100 Mbps in supported areas, and real users report solid performance across the board. Whether you're in a video call, using GPS in a new city, or sharing trip updates, the connection holds up well. And of course, if you've got any questions, support is available 24/7 right inside the app, so you're not stuck searching for help if something goes wrong mid-trip. Another nice feature is that you don't have to install a new eSIM every time you visit a new country. You can just top up your plan or add more destinations inside the same app. So even if your itinerary changes, it's easy to stay connected without resetting everything. And hey, if you decide to try out Saily, you can use my code GVUTech at checkout for an extra 15% off of your plan. But I have to say, what really separates Saily from other eSIMs is the security it adds on top of your connection, because that's not something you usually get with this type of service. First up, They have web protection, which blocks access to sketchy websites, malware, and phishing links. So if you click a link that leads to malware, a phishing page, or a fake login screen, Saily steps in before anything loads. You'll just get a blocked page, and nothing gets through. It's especially useful when you're on public Wi-Fi and maybe just trying to check your bank app or click a hotel confirmation email. Those are exactly the moments when these threats slip in. Next, the ad blocker filters out pop-ups and tracking ads behind the scenes, and strips out ads and trackers while you browse. So those pop-ups you'd normally get, or the ads that follow you around after searching for something once, they're gone. What that also means is fewer scripts running in the background, so pages load faster, and you burn through less data overall. And when you're working with a limited plan, that's a huge plus. And finally, you get virtual location routing, which masks your real IP and makes it look like you're browsing from another country. It's not a full VPN, but it gives you more privacy and helps unlock content that might otherwise be restricted. So if you're traveling and you can't stream the shows you normally watch at home, or if a website gives you different results based on where you are, this helps get around that. All of it runs automatically in the background, no setup required. It's just built to make staying online a little safer, especially when you're outside your normal setup. But of course, no service is perfect. Saily is data only, which means you'll need apps like WhatsApp, FaceTime, or Telegram for calls and texts. Most people already use these apps day to day, so it's really not a big deal, but it's definitely something that you should be aware of. Another thing is, you need to make sure that your phone supports eSIMs. Most newer smartphones do, but it's worth checking before you buy a plan. So here's the big picture. Would I recommend Saily eSIM? Absolutely. If you're someone who values convenience and a hassle-free way to stay connected while traveling, Saily is a solid option. The setup is super simple, and you don't have to deal with physical SIM cards, which can be a pain to swap and super easy to lose. And so, if your phone supports eSIMs and Saily covers your destination, it's a great option for reliable, fast, and affordable mobile data. Anyway, that'll be all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. And just as a reminder, if you're thinking about trying Saily out, I've got an exclusive 15% off discount for you. Just use the code GVUTech at checkout when downloading the Saily app or visiting Saily's website. And of course, if you've got any questions or suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, safe travels, and I'll see you in the next one.